This is the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG, Willie Mason, and the bro Lukey Stove, rocking the tab out too.
Got the tab lid. Suit the tab. You suit the tab. I found it when I was moving.
You ready to gamble responsibly over the weekend? All right, let's get it on.
Just like last weekend.
Yeah. Shout out to Joseph Swiley and shout out to the Brisbane Broncos, same game multi. Papa Macros are on board, Mace. Everyone is absolutely loving their Papa Macros. Remember, if you put in the code LEVELS30, so go to papamacros.com.au, type in the code LEVELS30, that'll get you $30 off your first box. And then I know you're going to be back. And when you come back, put in the code LEVELS10, and that'll get you 10% off all future orders as I roll into our audience.
Good questions.
Good questions?
Think of some good
you've got it? You ready to roll on the questions?
No.
The questions are brought to you by Papa Macros in a way, aren't they? So let's enjoy your Papa Macros over the weekend.
Get ripped for summer too.
Yeah.
That's what it is. This is the part now where you can do like a 6 to 8 week sort of just fucking lock in for a little bit, right? There's nothing else going on. Not much. Summer's coming.
Have you felt the difference with temperature while you've been training?
It's coming.
Even because the E-Lab's inside, but you still feel the juice inside, don't you?
Big time.
Even though it's starting to get a little bit hotter now.
Good time to lock in anyway. Papa Macros.
All right, here we go. Let's put a little bow, as we like to do, on some of the bigger topics or some of the bigger, I guess, talking points that we've had from review, and it's all focused around Walshy and Hudson Young. And there was a lot of blowback, and I guess there was a lot of different opinions. Split opinions on the Walshy versus Hudson Young thing, which we'll get to in a bit. This is a good shout. I talked about Walshy being on a Hayne Plane / Turbo / Benny Barber / what are you laughing at, Lukey?
The dribblers edit.
The dribblers edit?
Of Hainsey.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking funny. Yeah, seen that. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? I've got to send it to you.
I'll show you after.
I'll show you. And to a lesser degree, and we forgot to mention our man KP. Like, KP went on a run in 2023, right? Drew de Grub wrote this. Walsh has dead set been on a LINNSANITY run.
Oh, shit.
These last 5 games. It's probably
LINNSANITY. That's
probably a better comp.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be way better than LINNSANITY was. And being a New York Knicks fan, Carmelo fan, riding that wave, it was like...
That was crazy.
It was maybe a sample size of 10 games in a 72-game season.
Dropped 60 on Kobe or something like that. It was what he did and who to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was that where Carmelo was out.
Yep.
Because I watched this fucking LINNSANITY. You know what I mean? You know, it was 2012.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I
think
playing
we've
for
discussed
Newcastle.
the year before, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was just coincided with Melo being out and him being pretty pissed off, and then him coming on, dropping 50, dropping 40 on the fucking Black Mamba.
Amari Stoudemire was missing for I think the first half of the break as well.
He held him down.
He was doing it with Landry Fields and Steve Novak and shit like that.
But when he did that against Kobe at the Garden, like no one thought, you know, and Kobe would have been trying to shut him down. He just fucking went on.
Kobe apparently
Kobe only had 15 good years. He had 10 games.
I'm a huge Carmelo Anthony fan.
I love Melo.
But Carmelo 100% never embraced the LINNSANITY, and he also has little jabs like this. Like, it was like apparently he had conversations with Kobe, and he would say like real petty shit like this. Like Kobe, after he came off the game, was like, "Fuck, who the fuck is that guy?"
Yeah.
Like, the guy just like, it's like a compliment and it's a backhanded compliment. Yeah. Like. Yeah, this guy just put, I don't think it was 60. It was 60. Around 30.
Fuck, it was
30,
good.
30
40.
or something.
Just
anyway,
say 40.
It was, and he had the game winner, and Kobe started defending him. Anyway, he's like, who the fuck's this guy? And they have a big laugh about it. I'd love to see if he actually ever gets him on. Anyway, it is similar to that. It's like a LINNSANITY run. In saying that, Walshy's going to be a lot better than what LINNSANITY was and has been proven before this run. But I like that comp. This one comes from Andrew Webster, and I like a guy who is able to disagree with us, still got love for the show and understands sort of, you know, even though he's got a different opinion, and I'm going to push back on a couple of things here. I'm okay with him having his opinion and feeling that way on it. And it's Andrew Webster. Shout out to New Zealand Warriors coach, as always. Or the journo, whichever one you want to go.
Both of them love the show.
Both of them love the show. I love you boys, Scope, Lukey, and the Thesaurus. But I completely disagree with the Hudson Young sin binning and all of the things Broncos And all of the things where Broncos got the penalty, because if that is the case, Mulatalo should be getting sin bin every week for taunting, but he doesn't. And also Walsh had every chance to be disciplined and just walk away, yet he chose to headbutt. Now, if Walshy didn't headbutt, would Klein have sent Hudson Young off? Of course not. Main point is taunting happens 100% a game, or 100 times a game, and nothing happens, but Walshy reacts the wrong way and Hudson gets punished for it. I just don't like it. And now it sets a bad precedent for when, if someone like Nathan Cleary, for example, was to stand over or taunt a player, the player then has the right to stand up, give him a shove, headbutt, because then they'd both lose, both of them 10 minutes each. Penrith lose their best player, and you won't even get a week suspension. Anyway, sorry for the long one, and what a week of footy it was.
No, he's fucking right. He's got some good points.
I'll push back on a few points.
Go.
All right. So what did I say about the Penrith Panthers before? On Monday's game, super disciplined. Yeah. Nathan Cleary would not be Hudson Young and go looking for a player and get in his face.
No one in that team.
And Nathan Cleary would also be so disciplined enough to not be Reece Walsh. Bad example. When saying I can't predict if people are going to taunt Nathan Cleary, but that's a bad example because you're using Nathan Cleary as an example because he's the most important player in the competition. I said on Monday they are the most disciplined team in the competition. They don't do shit like this. Maybe, in years past when they were younger, Jerome Luai, Stephen Crichton, they would get like that. I think they realised really quickly early on in their run that discipline was going to be
big time,
a huge component
part of their culture.
Part of their culture.
But what about,
Yep.
They're playing the Bulldogs this week. Just say Reed Marnie plays.
Yep.
Right? He's an antagonistic player. He taunts. He does all that kind of stuff. So, imagine if you just, if he gets something out of Cleary or Yowie or someone like that.
Fair question. Do you
know what I mean? I honestly don't think Penrith will ever bite back on Marnie, but, I think other teams would. I think Penrith is so disciplined, but just say if... Name another antagoniser.
So go the other game. So go Cronulla. We're using Ronaldo and Hudson Young, right?
Okay, Ronnie goes against, who's he playing? Canberra.
He's talked shit before. Let me try and find it.
I think Strange is a bit of a fiery dude, right? And he just gets into Strange and he gets into KO Weeks or something like that. He gets in your face like fucking Huddy Young and Walshy did.
Yeah.
Right? Just that something could happen when someone's in your face. You just got to break that up, and you've got to. Do you send Mulatalo straight off for 10 minutes without? Just say if that other guy didn't react like Walshy, do you send the guy off who's taunting?
Here's the part that, and this is we talked about it as well, and we talked about the manner in which Hudson Young went about it. And then again, let me clarify one thing. I love that Hudson Young's got a bit of fucking dog about him. I love that. And he's going to have that in his game.
Yeah.
We talked about the example that you'll use. Ronaldo Mulatalo did it on the weekend on Rob Toya. Good contact, got over the top, forced an error on Rob Toya, but was standing there and just flexed in the spot.
Didn't scream in anyone's face.
In saying that, there are occasions where Ronaldo goes after it. I am of the opinion where you don't, Hudson Young was not involved in the incident. He made his way to walk towards
He's probably the one who toes the line the most.
Yeah.
And I think he would be getting a chat this week from Fitzy going, don't you dare.
Well, there he would go.
And I think, sorry, that last week what he did when he hit Toya, he didn't look at Toya. He didn't do anything. He just went, Grah!
Yeah,
and just made sure, because he could have picked the ball up. He didn't want it because he wanted that fucking, I want to see you guys
force the error, pick the ball up.
Yeah, he could have dove on the ball and would have been play the ball.
Yeah.
No, I want the scrum.
Wanted to let him know.
I want the scrum. I want everyone to know, bang, I gotcha. And that's fair. That's fair play.
Yeah. Yep.
When you're back to your point where Huddy Young wasn't even in the play and he ran in and got in fucking Walshy's grill and just started ripping into him, right?
Yep.
And then Walshy's just, you know what I mean? It's just a fight or flight sort of thing, right?
Yep.
You just sort of want to push, but your hands are probably down here. It's I don't know. But this is going to be something talked about all week with players.
Yep.
Do not do that. If something happens, right, celebrate with your teammates. Don't get in anyone's face because it could cost you 10 fucking minutes and it could cost us the game.
Yeah.
That's it. I think everyone's going to look at that game and go, we can't have this.
Yeah.
Or we cannot have this. Our best player going off and then another guy going off. You know what I mean? Two players are fucking near ruining the game.
Well, the reason this one stands out, and there have been other examples of it in different ways throughout the season, and I've seen multiple ones where we've, again, had our opinions on it, and you've got to judge in a way like this is that one that's got a whole heap of grey area in it, mate.
Yeah.
So you got to judge it on the context of how it goes down. So, like I'll keep saying, and we'll talk about this, and then we'll finish up. Hudson Young and Reece Walsh, neither of them were involved in the error. Walshy throws a cutout ball, someone else drops the ball. Hudson Young, who was not a defender, makes his way towards Walshy, gets right in his face. And the context of the headbutt matters for me as well. Yeah. Like, is it a grabbing him by the shirt, ripping back? Let me clarify. Should Walshy be headbutting him? No. But was it a traditional headbutt, Mace? No, it wasn't. It was like, get out of my face.
It's just the action. Like
it was get out of my face.
He leant forward and, it's just that he didn't connect.
Yeah, and he did but you've got to factor that in too. Like he didn't connect. It was fucking Hudson took a dive.
But then you look at things like, oh yeah, I fucking went to try and hit him in the head, but I didn't connect. You know what I mean? There's all little things that's what they'll look at. It's the action.
Okay.
Right? Like if I swing my arm wanting to fucking knock you out, but I just missed you. Fucking spewing. Yeah. I just missed. I'm trying to aim here, and I just hit your chest.
That's a good one.
Do you know what I mean?
So we've seen Mellows before.
Yeah.
Francis, like heaps of Francis, where a guy's sort of come in, thrown a punch in the pass, didn't connect.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't knock him out.
But didn't connect. Have we ever seen anyone?
No.
Not really. Rarely does it happen, right?
This is another. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of grey area and little things like, he hip dropped a little bit, but it wasn't that much. It didn't injure him.
Yeah.
Like there's the grey area again. Like he hit him, he shouldered, like just say Carrigan, like he didn't hit him, but his shoulder didn't hit his head, but his head hit his head. So he's taken 1 week off, but he tried to take his fucking head off. Yep. The intent's there. It's just that it's the game of inches, right? If Nelson just dipped a little bit, he didn't mean to hit him in the head, but he did. Because he's 6'8".
Yeah, well, let's go to
There's a lot of grey area in all these little moments.
Yeah, so let's go to the grey area of taunting, which is, I guess, been something that they've focused on all year. Go all the way back to the start of the season, Panthers versus Melbourne Storm. It nearly cost them the game. Adam G was the referee.
Yeah.
And Munster patted Liam Martin on the head after he'd made an error. Penrith attacked for a couple of sets after that and nearly scored a try. It was clear. They penalised Munster to a lesser degree, but because it didn't sort of kick off and become like a proper fight and there was no actions from Liam Martin, Munster gets penalised. Penrith get the ball when it was a Penrith error. Then fast forward to sort of the 5 or 6 rounds to go. Spencer Leniu taunts All Blacks Torfa in the Roosters versus Dolphins game. Both players are sent to the bin. Spencer didn't need to do it. They just scored a try in the corner. There'd been a Francis maybe a couple of tackles before a disagreement. Spencer took it upon himself to get in All Blacks' face. They both got sent for 10 in the bin. And then maybe a couple of weeks later in the Bulldogs versus Storm game, Matty Burton comes up with an error whilst attacking the line. Grant Anderson comes in and pats Matt Burton on the head. It turns into a Francis Mallow.
Yeah.
It goes from a Bulldogs error to a Bulldogs penalty. So there have been examples of referees being consistent with this rule.
I think they're getting it. I think they're getting it right. It's just about like causing the fight, right?
Yeah.
What's it called? Enticing,
taunting, or enticing, whatever it may be.
Like so, just
agitating,
say a riding.
Yeah.
Like just say if you're the first guy to throw a fucking bottle in a protest, right?
Yep.
You're the one who's in trouble because you're the one who started the riot. Do you know what I mean?
That's
so if you're the one who's
not a bad example.
Yeah, if you're doing that, if you're coming out of your way, Huddy Young's left 4, right? He travelled all the way over the other side.
He was in the middle.
I know he's there, but he travels all the way over the other side to get into Walsh's face, right?
Yep.
And all these other things, like patting on the head, all the disrespectful shit that can cause a fight. The refs are all over it. And I've got to commend them for that. Right? Stop the play, send off for 10, you've got 10, whatever. Don't do it again. This won't happen again. And I think this is...
And look, and going back to sort of like us being past players as well, and there would have been versions of stuff, or for sure we've had push and shove in our time. Like, in my heart of hearts, all 4 of those, like, I don't know if I'm really with it, but that's just and there has been, my big part is there has been consistency with it. Even though I don't necessarily like it, and it wouldn't have happened back.
No, because you get a punch in the fucking head. Yeah. That's the problem. There's a difference there's a different level in, you can come in and tap someone on the back of the head, get in someone's grill, talk shit to someone with no repercussions. You can say whatever you want. 15 years ago.
If you did that,
You're getting a fucking punch straight in the mouth.
and you've lived that.
Yeah, you just do. You're just like, and that's why you won't see halfbacks running in. You won't have fullbacks running in. You won't have like wingers coming in, anything like that around the middle. Because if you want to come anywhere near the middle where people want to throw down, you fucking expect a punch in the head, right? So like where there's no fear factor and there's no like real like, there's no repercussions to get punched in the head. There's no fear factor. So you can come in and just push and shove and all you want. But when you're instigating stuff like that, like Huddy Young did, he got into his face, and then Ronaldo's been doing it. And there's a few little instances throughout the year. Refs, just fucking knuckle down on that. Be consistent like you have been, and there won't be any of it because of the fact is you don't want your best boys getting sent off for 10.
No.
And if you do entice it, you're fucking getting sent.
Yeah. Here's my final thing on it. Even though because Hudson Young instigated it and Walshy reacted, I was happy. I'm okay, and I'm still happy with both of them being sin binned. In saying that, I thought the actions of Walsh should have Donald trumped what Hudson Young had done, and Canberra shouldn't have got been penalised against them. That's my only part with it. I was happy for both of them to sit for the incident because there has been. At least going back to the All Blacks and Spencer occasion where there has been consistency with that because that created a big all-in.
I think people forgot about that, but...
And also, and even if they don't, even if it's not Hudson Young, all right, so just say you don't think Hudson Young's actions are worthy because all he did was speak words, then Joseph Tarpany coming third man in on Walshy, maybe it could have been Walsh and Tarps, which would have been equally or just as much of a penalty as well because there has been consistency around that.
What will happen this week?
But yeah,
no one will be doing this.
Well, yeah.
Nobody will be doing this for a fucking long time. As long as they're consistent with it.
Ace, September footy is full of big hits and bump. And so are the tracks when you're off-road. TJM has got XGS suspension kits to suit all the popular models and starting from $1,600 for the likes of the LC200, the 300 series Land Cruisers, PX Rangers, and D-Max.
With a passion for speed to market on suspension, XGS engineers are hard at work getting the kits ready to suit the new rigs hitting the market too, like the Kia Tasman and BYD Shark.
And if you're not sure what suspension is right for your vehicle, as always, get yourself a quick quote in less than 5 minutes on tjm.com.au. Here we go, boys. Just got a couple of little random questions from a couple of our faves. First one's from Jimmy Reid of Tab Fan Bunker fame. He's a big South fan, so he's all across everything Souths do. KEAON has apparently pledged his allegiance to Australia, lads. Is this surprising to you both? I understand this eligibility for both and hasn't worn green and gold yet. That said, we're at a World Cup year. I feel he'd want to be part of the Tongan team and what they're building. Would love to hear your takes.
Ooh, this is very interesting. It's usually the other way around, right? They're usually pledging their allegiance to Tonga, not really Australia.
Or more recently.
Yeah, more recently. But now I think KEAON's had a phone call from someone saying if you pledge your allegiance to Australia, we'll pick you in this little Ashes. I think we're down on back rows or depth on the front. I think we're down on depth on the bench.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got to have a look at Lindsay Smith. You're probably looking at like Lindsay Collins, just in the middle where you're a genuine person who can play lock.
Paddy Carrigan.
Yeah, lock
Reuben Cotter.
and back row.
Yep.
Right? I'm not sure what Reuben Cotter. I think he might be injured as well.
No, Ruben's good.
Is he good?
Yep.
Because I saw some.
Tino should play.
But I saw some teams where they were naming like all players' names. Liam Martin wasn't in there. Neither was Cotter.
So the only one that I've heard, maybe
Cotter would be one of the first picked.
So maybe our fans have heard something different. The only one that I've heard that's not available was Liam Martin because of the birth of his child. I could be wrong. There might be more, but that's all I've heard so far.
Can't find anything on Ruben.
Because, like people going like, Trent Liero might be in there. A lot of these names, I'm like, KEAON is a better player than some of these guys.
I like KEAON.
Yeah, I reckon he could fit into this team quite easily. And obviously he's represented Tonga. He's represented New South Wales. And, you got to understand, KEAON's born in Australia. People don't understand that as well. Like Australia is still, in my eyes, the pinnacle.
Yeah, let me read. I've just found a quick quote from him.
Yep.
He goes, "My mum's Australian and my dad's Tongan, so playing for the Kangaroos is a dream of mine as well as Tonga. If I was able to get the chance sooner or later, I'd obviously give it a thought." I'm just taking it a week at a time. Obviously, I've got to get picked first. So equally, I think a lot of people that have gone to the Tongan jersey that haven't done their Aussie heritage equally, like we were talking about a couple of weeks back.
That was going to be my take. What if he's just passionate about playing for Australia? Like he hasn't got a call, but you know what? Like he's born and raised here. He grew up in Maddo, like grew up in the South Sydney competition. The boys are obviously proud of representing their heritage from the Pacific Islanders. But KEAON, it seems, my take was on it, KEAON just wants to play for Australia, so good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so if we back, like especially with us, we've always backed the decision to represent your heritage. Now that it's all going the other way, I'm stoked that
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
All for it. And it usually happens the other way around, right?
Recently it has.
Yeah,
Back in the day, it was probably more like this, where players would pledge their allegiance to Australia, and then if they didn't make it, then they'd go back to the islands.
Yeah.
Now the shift had changed, which we've talked about a lot recently, and you've seen more Pacific Islanders at a higher rate than in years before have made the decision to represent the islands. But KEAON's, like you said, he's represented Tonga already. He's
like me. He's half caste. So like my dad was an Aussie and mum's Polynesian. So you just want to represent both if you have the chance. And KEAON has the chance and he has the ability to play in both. And he's played for New South Wales as well. So he's played at the top of the game. Be interesting to see if they pick him. If Souths were in the semi-finals and they were going on a little bit of a run, I think KEAON could find himself in that squad. But the 6 weeks off, no football, no nothing. Is he in the extended squad for the Australian team?
Well,
nothing's been announced. So like, I don't think he's got any information. That's my point. I think he's just going, all right, I want to play for Australia.
He said he hasn't spoken to Kevy yet. In saying that, there were a couple of players that were tapped on the shoulder this week. Like Fox was, Teddy,
stay fit.
Mark, Nawukanitawase.
Oh, wow.
That's what I mean. Like, so usually if you don't make the 8, you don't make the 8, you get the phone call going, you're in the train-on squad, right? And then they might go play the Kummels and all that kind of stuff and get that little hit out.
Is the Prime Minister's 13 still there?
Yeah, it's the 13. The Prime Minister's 13. They'll play a proper game. They've usually been picking guys that are young up-and-comers, but they'll be playing...
You can remember Galvin played it last year just before the golf day?
Yep. They'll play
after.
Or was it just after?
Because I was worried about losing players for the golf day.
Yeah, but that's what they'll do.
Let me try and find a date for it.
But I can see him in a green and gold jersey.
12th of October, according to an article from PNG. I can't find anything in Australia.
What would you do? Just say, I think, because if you think about the Pacific Champs too, right, at the end of the year, Homoli's out. He won't play.
Katoa's going to be right side.
I can't imagine Paseka playing, even though there was a chance he was going to return for Manly. Oh, maybe. I don't know what he does there.
I don't know. He's fit to go.
I was speaking to Tolu at the game, and he was, even though he got injured, he was going to try to play the Pac Champs.
Left side back row.
Ali Katoa.
Katoa's right
Ali
side.
Katoa. I'm just trying to think about the back row options. Who else is there? Ali Katoa. So Ali Katoa moved Homole to the left last year. Lecker.
Lecker's the left side. He's my left side back row.
Anyway, we probably should do
and there's
more.
A shitload more.
Yeah.
We're just forgetting them. But KEAON's a mainstay in that.
Yeah, so here's my question from that. If KEAON is open to representing Australia and he doesn't get picked,
does he flip?
Would you still pick him for the Tonga?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
100%.
Because
I think Christian Wolf understands both sides, especially with 100%. Especially with the half caste guys. You're half Australian, you're half Tongan, so you want to represent Tonga?
Yep.
And you can represent Australia.
Yep.
I think
you can't
that's the beauty of Christian Wolf and what a great man he is.
And of course, and here's where the hypocrisy comes in. You can't get angry at players for doing the opposite, going the other way. So if there is a case in this where it's an example where it is KEAON and he wants to play for Australia, like for example, like sort of said this tongue in cheek, Stefano has we discussed him, right? He's eligible for both Samoa and Tonga. The forward packs for both those teams are getting so competitive where like Stefano
he's going to be like, I think he's just going to choose whoever picks him.
He could potentially, this is maybe 8 weeks ago now, right? He was potentially in the weird it could have been a weird example where he'd not make Tonga or Samoa and then for whatever reason make Australia. So
because we are down on middles, the Aussies. Payne Haas won't play. I don't think he'll play for Samoa as well. I think you just have a proper rest.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But it'd be interesting.
Tino's
going to play for Australia.
I feel like Tino's Australia
No, didn't he already say that he's
No,
come
not
out?
100%.
Not definitively.
Even they had the award show the other night, and he said, and again didn't declare it. So Tino's lives in the grey too.
He's fucking definitely in the grey.
All right, here's our favourite Uso unknown. Uzos, how good is semi-finals footy? Good to see some raw footage of you guys live on Friday. I can imagine the bro Lukey Stowe would have done some OT, putting in those beeps over that game if Uncle Triple OG and the Grub were able to get loose. Good to see the OG show love for his Bulldogs. Can't wait for the next year. For my Finns. Can't wait to see some more lives. Hopefully in the Brisbane game, if not then next year. Got a question about Ronaldo Mulatalo. He is NRL's most out-of-the-gate on-field personality. Seeing the OG mic'd up for Newcastle, which was gold, who else in both your time would you have loved to have been mic'd up? I reckon we keep it to current players, or who in the modern game would you like to see mic'd up? Love the potty boys. See you in a few weeks. Up the Finns, baby. Adios, amigos.
Yeah, it was good. That live stream was fun, eh? I think we need to do a couple more of those.
The mic'd up. No one's going to come close to you. I've seen some good ones. I reckon like maybe Paddy Carrigan has probably been my favourite post you, but that was a different. That was just
like
the detail.
More, a lot of detail.
Similar to the Cleary one in Vegas. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, Nath was good. That was good.
It would be fun, like in today's. Like who would be? Like Jerome Luai would be good, I reckon.
Yeah, Romy
Luai would be all right.
They did Foz for his final game. Okay. I don't know if it's been released yet, but Fox
it'll take a while to go through all that.
Yeah, I think Fox said they did Foz for his final game. The thing with you though, like that, even though you can put a bit of GST on things for sure, right?
For sure.
That for the most part, that's his personality, and I can vouch for it because I played with him. Like even though. You know, being aware, look, got a mic on, give it to these guys a little bit more. Like, he lives that anyway.
Yeah.
I'd want someone that was authentic and, man, Huddy Young would be fun.
Yeah.
Like, a guy like Huddy Young would be fun because I feel like they would be able to be their authentic self without being over the top. Ronnie, as the example.
He'd be fun just to hear what comes out of that mouth.
I feel like
it's non-stop.
I feel like Ronnie would go too hard.
He'd know.
I think
you got it really, because sometimes I really forgot when that was on. It was just like, it's just
How
me
do they do
raw.
it? Do they lace like a mic in your back and you got a pack on your somewhere?
you don't feel it, you don't know, and then you're like, oh shit, it's mic'd up.
Give me. Let's go. Let's have a quick little tangent here because this is we've got some time. So let's go through the ladder. For the Raiders, Huddy Young.
Yeah,
It's got to be Hudson Young or Horsburgh.
Horsburgh, yeah. I've seen Horsburgh. Like, you know, when you look at a bloke and you're like, then you see him get interviewed, I'm like, that's not him.
Hudson Young's the guy.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I saw him get interviewed. Like, he's this rough redhead with like he's got some swag and shit like that. Talks a bit of shit. And then I saw him get interviewed, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's like Ricky Bobby getting interviewed.
Yeah.
Speak up, son.
Storm would have to be Money, right? But I reckon Money's got the ability to go too hard on it, knowing that he's mic'd up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like force it, go too hard.
Who else?
Let's go. So anyone else from the Storm? Not really.
Storm's pretty. There's not many shit talkers in the Storm.
Mate, if you wanted to like a more of a breakdown of like the insides of how someone's mind works, then Harry, I guess, would be cool to watch in like a Paddy Carrigan sort of way. The Bulldogs got to be Critter.
Critter would be amazing. Just his footy IQ and the way that he loves the game.
Yeah.
I can see him. Like just watching him on the field.
Yeah.
Fucking organising this to his winger to drop back, right? Like drop back, like he's telling wingers to drop back on the third.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching out for 40-20s, right?
Half time.
If Daly Cherry Evans, Daly Cherry Evans is like in the 40 and he's sitting there, I can watch him go back. And then to Galvin, and then like it's fucking, he's so cerebral, and it's crazy the way that he's thinking and what he sees, and he's counting numbers constantly because he's in that position. He knows his position. He knows Galvin's a young kid.
We talk a lot about edge defense too. Getting cues. I reckon his communication, him and Jerome Luai, it'd be awesome to hear their comms and how they talk people out of shape.
They're very, very good communicators. Jerome Luai would be outstanding as well.
Broncos Walshy. We've already seen Paddy. Walshy would be fun to. He'd have to be.
Just what I want to hear the communication from the back.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting. Like even like a Teddy. Like what are you saying?
Yeah.
What's Dylan Edwards saying?
Yeah.
What is the communications from when there's 3 in the tackle and then that guy gets back, who's the third guy,
Yep.
and just say you're on the right side of the post, right?
Mace, get the A. I'm going.
You and then he has to flip the other side, and then communication to get this guy over here, and like that communication is elite.
That would be cool to hear fullbacks.
And fullback. I would love to see a full. I'd love to see like a Walshy and fucking even like a Payne Haas, just to see what Payne's
I don't reckon
talking
Payne
about.
would say a word.
Just here.
Sharkies, Smokey, the Dolph.
No, the Dolph all
The Dolph.
day,
Toby
all
Rudolph.
day
I've
Dolph.
shat myself.
Toby Rudolph would be.
I shat
he's the one.
myself. Like he's fucking hilarious, Dolph.
Did you see that? That's,
Yeah.
He shit himself.
yeah, 25 minutes. He was out there with shit in his pants.
The Waz?
And then,
No, who else from the fucking Sharks?
No, like
Just him and Multala.
just pick one from each and we'll move
Okay.
on. So the Waz?
Rog. I want to hear Rog speak.
Yeah.
I think Rog.
See, I don't reckon Rog would say much.
You don't
either.
reckon he is?
I don't know.
I see the mouth move a lot.
Okay. All right.
I want a Lukey Matt.
No, I want fish. No, I want fish. I want the fish. He's in the middle. He's the leader.
Yeah.
He's got all the mana. He's like,
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a
he
whole
says
bunch
a
of
lot.
Yeah, okay.
I can just see when it's at scrums and shit. He's
Yeah.
he's either talking to his teammates or he's talking to someone else.
Panthers, watching the documentary, Yoey's communication is elite.
Yeah.
Like watching him in before and after trainings, like getting an insight into what makes him so good. I'm telling you, Yoey's the guy.
Communication wise.
Roosters, so Teddy, again, for the same reasons as well.
Yeah. I'd love to see a lot of
Communication.
fullbacks and a lot of middles.
Yeah.
And just maybe like a Sam Walker.
Sammy.
I want
know,
to
I
get
wanna
Marky
hear-
Mark, see if he actually talks.
But like just say Sam Walker and his
Angus Crichton would be sneaky good, I
his
reckon.
reckon he'd be
communication,
very good?
right?
I reckon Angus Crichton
anyone
would be
who has
sneaky
to
good.
talk and
Yeah.
count numbers and you understand, he's got to talk to Sam Walker. He's got to talk to these other guys. Like it's just
Yeah.
interesting. The 3 men.
Dolphins, Izzy Katoa. Easy.
I don't think he'd be saying much. It'd just be all footy, wouldn't it?
Seagulls, I've got a Smoky
Hang on.
for entertainment.
There's not many entertaining people over there.
Well, he's
Is
not.
there, Jakey?
He's not even there.
Tom?
He's off
Oh.
next year.
Oh, DCE.
No, Jazz Tavanga.
Jazz Tavanga.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
Jazz
he going?
Tavanga. Wakey.
Oh,
He's going to Wakey. I was chatting to him at the fucking old boys
He's
day about
good.
Wakey. Jazz Tavanga's fucking hilarious. Eels. The obvious one is Mitchie.
Joe Ash.
Joe
Nah, he wouldn't
Ash.
say shit.
Joe Ash. Joe Ash.
Once,
Chirps.
yeah, but once they get the mic on, they'll be very aware of it.
Yeah.
I think
Or
Moses-
Fox. You'd have Fox.
Fox.
Fox would be
Nah,
funny.
Fox is the guy.
You'd have Fox.
Fox.
Fox
I think Fox has been mic'd up before.
Did you watch him on the with Roger Fabry on the news?
Nah.
So he's lost 17 kilos since he's been at the Bulldogs because he stopped when he was at the Dogs. He was talking about he was strength training and he
he
put on
was
so much
stacked.
size.
17
but that's
kilos?
what all his muscles. He
That's-
said 17. Maybe it was 7. Maybe
Seven.
It has to be 7.
17.
17 GST. That's a lot of weight, Lucas.
It's fucking.
But you know what? If he is trying to, I guess, get his point across that maybe they were doing stuff that wasn't.
No. 7. Seven's big on him.
Seven.
Yeah.
Seven's a lot of weight.
But yeah, he was saying that's why his muscles and his injuries were falling apart. He had too
Cowboys would be Drinky, I reckon. Cowboys Drinky. Tigers Jerome. Rabbitohs Trollmit. Dragons
Cody Walker will be good too.
Cody
Yeah.
Trollmit.
Cody's always in someone's group.
But
I
it's-
want prime Cody Walker talking shit.
Nah, because Trollmit's born for mic'd up. Trollmit.
He gets better, Mark.
The game where he kicked the field goal against the Broncos is the Trollmit you want to see. Dragons.
Flano.
Probably Kyle Flanagan.
No,
Probably-
fuck the coach.
Titans, Fozzie, we've done that. Knights, it's got to be KP. Got to be KP. There you go. That was a little weird,
interesting.
Little weird tangent. All right, let's get to the Knights. The Knights yesterday announced, well, this is a couple of days ago now.
yeah.
So they announced their new head coach. It is your man Titsy Mace. Incoming Knights coach Justin Holbrook has revealed that his main job will be when he arrives at Newcastle to start his post, and that is the almighty task ahead of him. He inherits a team who limped to the finals this season, losing their final 9 games to collect the wooden spoon. The big storyline, Dylan Brown, new recruit, how he sorts the halves.
Yeah.
He's got He's an ex-Knights player. I see Matty Johns talking about sort of Justin Holbrook being the understudy for the Johns brothers back in the day. So he knows Newcastle. He was always well liked.
He knows footy.
He knows he's been the attacking coach at the Roosters over the last couple of years, which has done really well. He knows his footy. He's got a good resume, and he gets the opportunity to get the Knights, mate.
Yeah, good on him. I'm happy for him. I think he's the man for the job up there. I think interesting to see who his assistant coaches are.
Yeah.
I really want to see that, right? I think that whole coaching system needs to be like fucking wiped, and he brings his own people in. And if some of them are still there, like he can obviously keep them, but he needs full control on who his assistants are.
Yeah, so
Recruitment's big, everything.
I want him to have full control, but I'm not necessarily of the belief that you just have to sweep him out.
No,
just for the sake
like
of sweeping him out and starting
No,
fresh.
I don't.
If he interviews them and he feels like they are the best
like
candidate.
just say Greeny,
Yeah.
right? And he might.
Or
he
what's his
could
name,
think-
the defence coach?
Yeah, Brian
McDermott.
Yeah. And as we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, like, 2 years ago, they were fucking one of the best attacking systems in the game. I don't understand how people think that they were going to do any good when you have fucking your main man KP out for half the year.
In saying that, mate, there are
They
examples of
look
other
fucking
teams.
awful, yeah.
There are other teams that did really well in moments where they had stars out. So
They just give up. At the end of the year, they gave up. They just sort of just went, fuck, what are we going to do? He just needs to install some belief back in that jersey and some pride back in the jersey, because it seemed like they lost it at the end of the year, and that's fucking awful to say. You know what I mean? It's just like,
they lost their fight.
the fight? Like these are little things that like you should have as an NRL player. You just bring that anyway. Pride in the jersey, pride in your performance, pride in all this sort of stuff. Not coming off the field when it's fucking 66. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Knights-esque. You know what I mean? So it's very disappointing to see how they ended that year. Maybe that's a reflection of the coach, right? He's just fucking over it. That looked like they were over everything. Imagine just being a fly on the wall at training. It's like, fuck this. Can't wait for this shit to be over. You know, and then it could cost them a job at the end of the day, the way that they finished that year.
Yeah,
Could be a lot of this going, whew, get out.
Well, there's I reckon over the next couple of weeks it'll give Holbrook a chance to look at the staff, the playing group, some of the players that have, I guess, a 50-50 whether they're staying. Maybe someone that are on the books that he's not. The big one is there's no tiptoeing around it. It's around how he. So he got Sandon. He talked about Sandon Smith. Sandon Smith's going up there. So that's I reckon that's a good option.
I think
that
he
been-
goes
That's
seven.
he was talking about that. So that's all. That's
He's a seven, right?
Well, that's agreed, but I think there's a calling off period where they can't say that it's like official.
Right,
But I believe it's been signed. Here's what I would do.
I'd start him at 7.
I would go Sandon Smith 7, Dylan at 6. Now that you've got that signature, and I'd play Fletcher Sharp in that hybrid winger role where he can still have some joy.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And KP at fullback.
I don't think Fletcher Sharp's a fucking half. He's definitely
I think
not
he
a
could
half.
be in the
He's
right.
a fullback, out and out.
I
fullback.
think if you had like a proper Fletcher could play 6 if you had a Jamal Fogarty at 7, for example, right? Like you don't even have to have Nathan Cleary. Like just an example of a solid game managing 7. I think you could put Fletcher Sharp at 6, but I don't think Sandon Smith is that at this point of his career. Dylan Brown definitely wasn't it. That's why I was contemplating moving Kalen to the position. Yeah. But if you get Sandon Smith, I would leave Phoenix Crossland at 9, Sandon Smith at 7, Dill at 6, Fletcher hybrid role. That's a dangerous edge.
Has it a chance to get to Newcastle?
Peasant's a chance. By the sounds of 360 last night, Peasant's a chance everywhere. He's up for grabs.
Newcastle.
They're even talking about loan options. No, I think that's gone.
Not Newey?
Too far gone. No, now that they've got
Now
Sandon
they've got
Smith.
Sandon,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, he just needs to set, like they just all need to sit down. He needs to understand, he understands Newcastle's DNA, right? But they need to create their own culture, right? They're hard workers and everything like Newcastle, blue collar workers. That's the DNA of the group of Newcastle people. Culture, you can't have the culture from the 2001 team or 97 or 2006 or whatever. The culture you need to set as a player and coaches. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The DNA of the club is the DNA of the club. Hard work and all that kind of stuff. But the culture, people throw that word around very fucking lightly. You can't have the culture of a team that was 20 years ago. You have the DNA of that team, which is you work your ass off. Everyone works for each other. The town gets behind you, all that kind of stuff. but the culture is what Holbrook sets and what the players set. And you got to live and die by it.
I was going to say they need some middles. They signed Trey Mooney too. I just confirmed.
So
he signed for a 4-year deal. That'll be a good signing for him, eh? They need a middle. Saifidi just needs to stay healthy, but Saifidi players can still be really good props.
Yeah.
You've got Dylan Lucas on the left. Jermaine McEwen will go to the right.
Yeah.
I like Jermaine McEwen.
Fuck, it's a good back row.
Frizz will most likely be your lock again one more year. Adam Elliott missed a whole bunch of footy. He's not walking into a bad team. There's actually a good roster there.
No.
Bradman Best on the left.
The top 8
Gags
roster.
on the, I would go.
Who you dropping as a winger to get Sharp on there?
Marzu.
Yeah. He's got too many mistakes in him.
But so does Dom. It's not an easy one.
Fucking one of them are going.
Yeah. For me, Fletcher Sharp would be a lock for one wing position.
Yeah.
And I would contemplate whoever iron sharpens iron between Greg Marzu and Dom Young. Like Greg Marzu's yardage carries, Dom Young doesn't do that. But the way that Dom Young finishes tries.
But he can do that. Dom Young, you know what I mean? He just chooses not to.
Yeah, but Marzu does it every game.
Yeah, I know. But if you just say, fucking, you've got it. I expect you to have 20 carries.
Here's the hard thing with both of them, right? And think about this. Greg Marzu, you're going to get your 20 carries for 200 metres and they're going to be tackle breaks, right? Dom Young, you know that he's capable of having games where he rips in and does that, but not all the time. On the flip side, the 50-50 chances or Dom Young scoring tries, you put him in the clear, most likely he's going to, he's really good at that. Greg Marzu's also capable of that, but every now and again he does some shit and you just go, fuck, how come he didn't just run over that guy?
Yeah.
They've both got their...
It's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they can morph into one player.
Yeah. You know what? Brush them both, put the two Fletchers, Fletcher Hunt and Fletcher Sharp on the wing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah. I think you got to go one of those boys, but he's got a better squad than people will give him credit for. And that's why
100% he has.
And that's why Knights fans have been frustrated with Adam O'Brien.
Yes, because you've had a fair roster, you had a top 8 roster. You got to the finals 4 times out of 5.
Where's the Knights injuries? So the Knights injuries at the end of the year: Lucas, Kalimpong, Fletcher Sharp. 3 injuries. That's what they had at the end of the year.
That's it.
Look at the fucking Dolphins and look at the Rabbitohs. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, there's no excuse, and
it's sort of on par. I'd say it's on par with the Eels roster when Rolsey picked it up. There's bits that he wants to shift and move.
Yep.
There's players
there's nice. You still got Mitch Moses. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the time they had Dylan Brown. You got Zach Lomax coming. Big Junior in the middle. It wasn't a crazy bad team, but you needed to bring some new pieces in and maybe let go.
Holbrook's a very, very smart attacking coach. He needs a very good defensive system out there, and I think that's where Brian McDermott comes in. Just fucking scrap this year. Just go fuck off, right? Start again. Whole new fucking culture. Set it. Newcastle, very proud people. They don't need this fucking team. It's fucking embarrassing.
Well, let's start again for the finals. Week 2 of the finals. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of messages from people to get us kicked off.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, there are a couple of good comments that rather than put them on the replies, I put them into the team list. Nice. Raiders versus Sharks, because we've only got 2 games. Raiders versus Sharks, Saturday, 7:50 p.m. at GIA Stadium. This one comes from Michael Curso. Hey, guys, love the potty. How do you guys think Canberra get up again mentally against the Sharks after what happened on the weekend? As a Queensland-based Raiders fan and being at work when the game was on, I was absolutely copping it. Also, what's the go with airlines ripping off the footy punter? All good, though. I'm now driving down to Canberra after I finished a work of footy Friday over on Brizzy because I feel like I need to be there to support the boys. And Ricky he will be supporting the same boys that went out there last week. No changes to the side. However, Englishman Matty Nicholson is again listed as 18th man. So I think there will be some changes. I know Seb Chris was a little bit 50-50 at the back end of the game as well. So the question.
This is
how does Ricky get him up?
This is big, and this is where, a bit of biology and psychology come into it, right? When you go up that high, right? And you just the endorphins and the serotonin levels and dopamine hits that you actually thought that you won 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you come back? And then at the end, you got beat, right? It's not like you celebrated twice and then at the end, you actually won.
Yeah.
You fucking got beat. So that's the real slipper in the guts while you're down, right? So I think Ricky's very aware of that. I think a lot of the S&Cs and the people around the Canberra Raiders are very aware of that, to get these men back down into fucking just normalcy, right? And it might take a couple of days, right? And be aware of what just happened. It's not normal. That game was not normal. The amount of like fucking celebrations that they did. Ricky was on the sideline. Everybody was doing this. They were cheering. Like, you can't manufacture that, fucker. You can't. No. It was natural. It was organic. It was like, yes, we fucking won. Bang. Twice. Then the fucking field goal gets you from 45 out and you're like, fuck, what can we do?
To be fair, they have been battle hardened all year.
They're fucking battle hardened. This is the team that is battle hardened. So they're a bunch of fucking rough riders. I don't think this will affect them at all. I think they'll get the job done.
Yep.
But I hope to God that they're sitting around in the team meeting and Ricky's like, hey, understand what happened, boys. Quicker you get back to this fucking level here. Not here, not here. It's a roller coaster, I always say.
Yeah.
Fucking ride the highs, go the lows, get in the middle as quick as you can, right? So I think easily by yesterday, I think they would have been fine. But first couple of days would have been fucking, fuck. And then you just get over it. Do the review.
Yep.
Fuck it off. Back of the head. Get yourself right for this game, because this is do or die. We work too fucking hard to get going bang, bang out.
On the flip side, SJ Campbell, Sharks can't win prior to the game. After the game, Sharks didn't win. It's Roosters that lost it. It's hard for Sharks to get any credit when you always make excuses why they win. Dogs had an easy draw. I'll answer this one.
Is this to you?
Broncos play 14 home games and 16 games in Queensland out of 24. You can spin things any way you want if you actually drill down on everything.
Yep.
By the way, the Sharks, prop Tom Hazelton is listed amongst the reserves, but similar to the Raiders, Ricky won't make any changes. Here's my thing with Sharks fans. There were a couple of Sharks fans that I guess went at you for calling them boring. And SJ Campbell is just one of an example. There was maybe 6 or 7 more Sharks fans frustrated, maybe off the back of what Nico said throughout the week, saying that they don't get any credit. SJ Campbell, I have been criticising the Sharks now for 8 weeks.
3 years.
Maybe more, but 8 weeks about them being a boring team, having the capability to beat a team that I thought that could win the grand final, but they couldn't make the grand final. Not once in 2 months. I looked at the comments. Not once did a Sharks fan come out and say beforehand that we were wrong. Now we get 7 messages after you beat the Roosters fan. If you are a true Sharks fan and you bought into your team, you would have declared it 3 or 4 weeks ago. You have had the same question marks around your team that we have had. Now, does that mean I'm rooting against the Sharks? No, it doesn't.
Get them, Hoz.
If they go and beat the Roosters and beat the Raiders, then good on the Sharkies. Go on a run. I still have to see it before, because we've been in this position with the Sharks now for the last 2 or 3 years. They've been the 3rd best regular season team in the last 3 years outside of the Melbourne Storm and Penrith Panthers. They've been really consistent with Fitzy. They need to take the next step. Yeah. Now, this isn't even the next step for them because they got all the way to the prelim against the Panthers. If they go and beat the Raiders, they need to go on and win the prelim and then get on before anyone in the media, and Nico, this is for Nico and the Sharks fans and everyone, before you get the credit, you've got to go and win the big games.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what it comes down to.
We're not Shark haters, right? I love Fitzy, Josh Hannay, Daniel Holsworth, Steve Price, they're all part of that coaching staff, right? They don't give a fuck what we say. They lock down, like they can bunker down massively, the coaching staff and the team, right?
Yep.
But like, it's not an exciting team to watch. This is just me being a punter. It's like, but they don't care what we think because they want to win any way they can. Boring as fuck. Just ball the shit out of the other team, kick them to death, beat the shit out of them. That's why this game's going to be hard as hell. But Sharks fans, as you said, they weren't saying shit like, 7 weeks ago.
That's the main point. Like, I don't care about.
That's the main point. I don't care if the Sharks win the comp. I'm happy for them.
I don't care about what style they play, but if you're a Sharks fan and you declared now, like you're into us for not giving them the credit, where was the credit yourself 8 weeks ago when I've been saying this and we've been saying this now for 8 weeks? You were quiet. None of you were saying anything. You've just been like, the Wars fans, as much as I get into the Wars fans, we had a number of Wars fans calling you out before the game.
Yeah.
Constantly before the game going, fuck you, I'll live and die by this.
Yeah, good.
If the Wars lose, then so be it, but we're coming to get you, mate.
Yeah.
Not once did we hear that from Sharks fans. So if you're worried about not getting the credit or you're worried about not getting the raps, then make sure you fucking declare it, because you're declaring it now. You're declaring it once you've seen the chaos that happened in the Canberra Raiders-Broncos game, because they can go to Canberra, Mace. They can go to Canberra. So let's get the odds for the game, Lukey, with our partners at Tab.
Who needs a good rap? The old Tab. We've got $1.58 favourites with Canberra, $2.40 for Cronulla. The line is 4.5.
It's be a tough game.
Can I start?
Yeah, you go. Go.
I think the Sharks are going to win the game.
Fuck on you. Because you know why? You said it ages ago. You went, Sharks can fuck around and ruin a favourites fucking comp, didn't you?
And this is going to be
This is it, you reckon?
Yeah. I'm rooting for the Canberra Raiders. I want the Raiders to win, but I think the Sharks are going to get them.
Yeah, I understand. I understand your thought process, but like the Raiders can they can win every single way.
I hope they do, mate.
You know what I mean? Like they're not the old Raiders of 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
And again, to your point, love Fitzy, love the staff, love Nico, love Adam. Like if they go and get the job done, mate, Canberra are much more entertaining.
I just think the Sharks finish
as a neutral
now,
that I love to watch.
This is as good as they are. Where they finish right now, this is as good as they are. They're about the fifth best team in the comp.
Who, the Sharks?
Yeah.
If they get knocked out.
If the Sharks get, it's just like, okay, this is probably as good as we can get.
But here's the thing, mate. They win this game, they can beat Melbourne.
That's why I don't want them to win. You know what I mean? I mean, like, they fucking did my head in. They only got beat by the Roosters. The Roosters played dog shit, and they still only just won. You know, like, there was a couple of little plays here and there.
The Roosters didn't have good execution.
Yeah, they did.
Sure.
They just didn't look like they just didn't play their best football. That's one of those games the Roosters
that's your opinion. I actually thought the game was a little bit more entertaining than you gave it credit. That's your opinion.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Fucked.
That's fine. But that's exactly the game that the Cronulla want to win, and that's how they'll try force this game.
That's where I know how Cronulla play. Right? They win like that. They don't care about anyone else, how they think or perceive the game, which I love. But this is my point of view. It's boring as fuck to watch.
Yep.
And I'd just rather see Canberra.
Do you think this is like the people's game? So like everyone's sort of riding Canberra outside of for the 6 teams that are left. This is the game that it's your second team for the rest.
Yeah, everyone's second team is the Raiders in the finals, and I think that would have even been.
I think the Sharks is the beat
because
team.
because of the situation on the weekend too. I reckon more people rooting for the Raiders because a lot of people don't like Walshy and the Broncos.
If
and how that whole situation played out. If
the Sharks can exploit the right side for Canberra, and Nico can go down those short sides, and so can Braden Trindle, they'll have some fun. They can because they hit some really good holes right on that left side. They've got some good back rolls. They're going to be dangerous, right? But I just think just the consistency and how good Canberra are as a team, just get them over.
I think what Nico did is created a narrative for people to get behind, especially if you are a Sharks fan. Because every other team, you sort of know what their vision, what they're trying to do. The Sharks, like what you've been saying, they're just turning up every week playing the way they do. But the fans, like you said, they're not vocal. They don't get behind it. Now they're sort of energized their fan base by coming out saying,
yeah, I think so too.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, they have. I reckon Canberra have bunkered down. They don't give a fuck about the Sharks at all, right? This is Ricky Stewart's mindset. Just look after ourselves, make sure that we do the best prep we can. We go out there, we play our footy, they don't touch us. That's what I know that their mindset is. There's no fluke while we're the minor premiers. We're the best team all year. Everyone else is in the competition as well. We fucking got it, right? We're the best team. We act like the best team. We go into this game like we're the best team. And the Sharks have got to keep up. That's what it is. I just think because it's a fucking this is all in. This is fucking, it's subconsciously you think, we've still got next week. You know what I mean? If it was 28-12, they had that real killer instinct, they would have put them to bed, right? Because you don't do that in a game where it's a knockout. And I just think if they get in a position now against the Sharks, they fucking put them to bed big time.
To your point with Nico and Cronulla, is there another example of teams and players over the last couple of years having to talk down the noise around people not thinking that they're finals
No.
credentials, players, more than like you talked about. They don't hear it. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know Fitzy. I don't know Josh Hannay. I don't know any of those players. But there have been a number of occasions at presses. I watch all the presses, or in this case, it's Nico talking about their credentials. What other team has to do that?
No one.
Think about it over the years. Like, what other teams sort of come out and said people don't believe us, and it is what it is. So it's like, clearly hearing the noise, you understand. They probably understand why there is noise around it.
They do.
But I wouldn't even for me, I wouldn't even be saying anything if I was to go around that.
Don't
going
fuel
into
with
the game.
fire.
I wouldn't, because what if they lose this week? Even though I'm tipping the Sharks to win, if they lose this week, the narrative is still the same for them next year.
You're expecting Raiders to play shit if the Sharks win.
No.
So
I still think Sharks are a good team.
Yeah, but like, just say if the Raiders play their best to their best and the Sharks play to their best, who do you think wins?
Raiders, but I'm factoring in the letdown from last week and also like the carnage of the whole game and the emotion, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Normally at home, so I've got this a genuine coin flip, and I would go probably Raiders 6 times out of 10 in this normal circumstances. Week 1, considering I know that they've got this roster, and if they had a week's rest and they were playing this game, I'd probably go Raiders 6 times out of 10. But I just think the Sharks are going on a run and they're playing more consistently, and the Raiders, I don't know how that doesn't have an effect on them, mate.
Yeah, I think I totally understand. I think the Raiders fucking pump them. I just think because of Ricky Stewart and the way that they're coached and the way that they're trained and the way that they're built a very mentally strong side, and I reckon they're playing at home, and I reckon they take care of the Sharks.
All right, Mace. You talked about the left edge for the Sharks, the right edge for the Raiders. We had some joy there last week. We're going there again. I'm going Ronaldo Mulatalo and KL for the Sharks. But on the flip side, on the left side for the Raiders, they've been on fire as well. And Ethan Strange is playing above his age. So let's go Ronaldo Mulatalo, KL and Ethan Strange anytime.
That's nice.
What's up, guys? Lukey here. Quick insert on the potty because we missed it during the show. We were that pumped for finals. We've got about 10 land-only tickets to our Ashes tour, which is next month. Kicks off 22nd of October. Land-only means you'll have to fly there yourself, but it will include all your hotels, all your breakfast, the events that we're hosting over there, Huddersfield Museum, you name it. Tickets to the games, obviously a massive one. So if you're keen to join us, ashesrl.com.au, and all the details will be there. Flick it through and the team at Wanderers will help you out. Hopefully see you over there.
Here we go. The Bulldogs versus Panthers, Sunday 4 p.m. at Accor Stadium. We got a message here from WebTech. I so enjoyed Mason Grubb's reaction to the Doggies game. I was reacting exactly the same, but with more curse words. Go the Doggies. I'll be at the game. See you boys there. It will be close because they've got the similar defense systems. In my opinion, he says, feels like he's the coach. Burton will be played at a mix of centre and 5'8". Marnie will be back at 9, Sexton at 7, and Galvin at 6. Plus, Montoya is back. So, this was early in the week. He might have some information that we're not aware of. Well, we are now. So, the Bulldogs are named their side. Matty Burton slides into the centres. Stephen Crichton is listed amongst the reserves. Lachlan Galvin goes to 6 for Burton. Toby Sexton starts at halfback. Bronson Cherry has been named to return in the centres. Reid Marnie has earned a recall on the bench. Okay. And winger Marcelo Montoya is lurking thereabouts, mate. So, a whole heap of changes there, mate. Yeah. And the big thing is they've got a long turnaround. Like, even though they're a bit busted, they've got a long turnaround from Friday all the way to Sunday.
Well, when you look at it, I think, Critter's not named, is he? Is Critter's 23?
Reserves?
Okay, well, then we've got a full deck of cards, haven't we?
Yes,
pretty
close to it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, we've got Critter out.
I think you said on SEN yesterday there's 2 players.
Yeah, there's not. We've got, wingers out. Montoya might be back, I'm not sure. And Critter.
And Tuwala, back up.
But he's a backup. He's not a fucking mainstay, you know what I mean? So we're like, I don't know what they do with the centres. I don't give a shit. It's just fucking, this is all in for this game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we're going to play against Penrith. Yeah, we do mirror each other a little bit because of Ciro's system and everything like that. But we can't play the fucking way Penrith play. Right? We got to mirror them in defense, but we need to fucking play how the Bulldogs play as well.
Yep.
Like we got to defensively. Ciro is one of the best defensive coaches in the game. They fucking move well. They hustle so hard. They do everything right. Right? You just got to fucking run hard against Penrith, and you've got to really take it on in the forwards. They've got a full deck of cards as well, and everyone looks pretty fit and motivated. They're going to come here on the Sunday. There'll be 70,000 people there, 70,000+, right? They've already sold 40,000 tickets.
Wow.
Already. That was yesterday.
Right? To be honest, I would have expected more, around 50. I reckon it will be. They'll sell.
I think they'll get to 70. Probably plus. And the Bulldogs just need to really just love this situation. And, you know, I don't give a shit who they're playing against. If they're playing against Cronulla, Canberra, Penrith, fucking who gives a shit? You're playing at Accor Stadium. You got a chance to get into a prelim. Everyone's thinking, oh, we're falling off. The wheels are falling off. They're fucking not. It's not.
All right. On the flip side, the team that's coming, and this one comes from EH. Mason, the Panthers are coming. Yeah. Don't you worry. So the Panthers team has been named, Ivan Cleary's named the same 17, Mitch Kenny. Like you said, close to a full deck of cards. Yeah. Mitch Kenny is lurking in amongst the reserves. And shout out to Moses Leota. He'll play his 200th game too on the weekend. So,
great work. But this game's going to be fucking amazing. Sunday.
What are the odds for it, Lukey?
Give me the odds.
Well, Tab have the amazing odds for your Bulldogs, Mace, at $3.60 to win.
Disrespectful.
$1.29 for Penrith. The line is 9.5.
Yeah. See, if I looked at that, if I'm the Bulldogs, I look at that as totally disrespectful, and I'm like, "Fuck you."
Did you ever do that during your career?
Yeah,
Did you
100%.
know?
Yeah,
Like, you're not a punter as well.
Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm not a punter, but I'm like, what? We're paying like anything over $2 would be filthy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Anything that's not a coin
anything
flip?
that wasn't like ours, like it wasn't like an even game. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? And the Bulldogs know what they're worth, right? And they're going to go out there. They just leave. I don't care. Just leave everything on Accor Stadium for 80 minutes. And everybody will be proud, I think. You know what I mean? Just I don't give a fuck. Just play like the Bulldogs play like they did last week.
Yeah.
Couple of plays off. Just a couple of plays off. We've got to execute these ones against Penrith. It's harder to score against Penrith than it is against Melbourne. They're so well drilled.
Fair. This year.
This year, they're so well drilled. They hustle just as hard as the Bulldogs. So you just got to play chess, not checkers. Nathan Cleary is the key.
Nath was interviewed at the start of the week, and he talked about the system, knowing the system, but also knowing Cam really well, and knowing that there'll be a few little intricacies and switches, and so he's prepared. He's prepared for the unknown.
It's a game of chess. It's a game of chess.
He's prepared for the unknown. Yeah.
The difference between these two teams is Nathan Cleary. He is the guy. Right, he's the best halfback in the world. He's he's top 3 best player in the world, and he looks fit and motivated, and he wants this fucking premiership, and on his back, right?
Yep.
No one else getting the Clive Churchill. He's going to get. He wants the Clive Churchill. He wants this year to be his year, I think, and for that guy to have that motivation, we need to be on another level. Our forwards need to be on another level. We need to hustle so hard. Get into Leota, get into Yowie, get into every single person. Our bench needs to come on, make some noise. Just a perfect game to beat these guys, because that's what you need. You can't fuck around with the Panthers, mate. If you go out there and you're at like 70%, 80%, 90%, and they're at full tilt, you're going to get done. They're that good a team.
Yep, I'm with you. It's going to be a really tough ask for you. I know that they've been consistent all year, and they worked hard to get the position they're in, but completely different storylines, and the momentum is all with the Panthers, and you're unfortunately for the Dogs, it's going the other way. If they're able to pull, this is similar to the Warriors last week. I said this, like, if they're able to pull off an upset, it would be one of the best, biggest finals upsets in recent memory. And it's there. It's there. Like, I mean, just say 3 years ago, if we're playing against Penrith, not a chance, because that team was different. They got a couple of young kids in there thrown in there. Blaze Talangi's still making some errors in defence, right? Yep. It ain't Luai, you know. So like, there's still holes in their defence that you can exploit, and we'll be trying to do that. But we need to win this and get the ascendancy in the middle. Max King, Tupanua, you've got to come out there. Like, I don't know, would you start Tupanua? Let me look at the. I want him to go after fucking Leota. That's a big statement. Yeah. Oh, I know. I want to start Tupanua, and I want him to go after Leota, because Leota is he sets the tone. He sets the tone, and
Tupanua hits like a fucking truck. I need to see that contact and us win it.
I'm expecting changes from them for sure. I said this last week. I think he's an underrated part. Like, he doesn't get enough credit for how important he is.
Tupanua or
I'm about to go on the flip side, but talk about Tupanua in the same sort of breath.
Yeah.
I think Mitch Kenny's really important for this game.
Big time.
I think if Mitch Kenny plays, I can't see a world in which you win. That's how good of a player I think Mitch Kenny is. If he doesn't play, I think you're a chance.
Yep.
I think you're a chance. Like,
because Schneider will be playing 9.
with the aggression which you're talking about with Tupanua, I know the Bulldogs pack are going to go after it, and I feel like Mitch Kenny is that guy.
Yep.
And you talked about some of the holes. He'll make all his tackles and they'll do their work. Schneider, Somerton, but they're nowhere near the physicality of a guy like Mitch Kenny.
He hits ribs.
And if he wasn't playing and you wanted to up the ante, I'd start Tupanua.
Yeah, because you've got to go after him at the start. And
Curran's a good bench player too.
We're fit enough and we're aggressive enough to go for 80 minutes. And we just got to put everything in there, front load this whole fucking game. That's the only way we're going to beat the Panthers.
I'd start Reedy too.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of things, maybe a few little late changes there. Yep. And, I think Bailey Hayward, I think he was getting a bit of a bad rap. He missed 15 tackles, right? He made 50, missed 15. Yep. But a lot of those tackles were getting barged off by like a Stefano and losing the contact. It wasn't like he missed 15 tackles and there was 15 line breaks.
Still not good enough.
Still not good enough, but you know what I mean? But
like, if he gets down to 5 or 6, that's acceptable.
And that's what he's usually good at. That's what his defense is like, his main thing.
I love Bailey Hayward.
Yeah, but I was just looking at the game. I was just like, how did you miss 15, right?
I didn't see it watching it live.
It didn't look
like he missed 15.
After
people were talking about it.
But I'm saying, like, if I'm running at you, Lukey, and I fucking barge you over, but I still get tackled, but then I offload, that's a miss on you.
I stopped your momentum.
But still, it's a miss on you. Mm-hmm. So he's getting just say the late footwork from Stefano and Katoa and that. He was trying to get in there and trying to hit up top, right? Which you fucking can't. And then they get that offload. That's a miss. That's ineffective. And that's how the stats end up building up. So everyone was trying to say that he was like the worst defender. His main strength is defense. He's a fucking good defender, a good communicator.
He's a good player, mate. Yeah. And I brought it up, but you've got to highlight there was way too many.
No, there's no excuse.
He's going to be a fucking target for sure this week because everyone in the media was aware of it. Panthers are definitely aware of it. So I think take the sting out of it because he's a classy player and I think he's probably better with a bit of silk at this point of his career. Reedy does all the Tom Starling type shit and bring Bailey Hayward on earlier than what Ricky does with Owen Paddy, but he comes on and creates some deception.
Yeah, we got a lot of a smaller pack where we can fuck around like that, right? Like Salmon's been playing good. He's been playing some really good football.
Yep.
Bailey Hayward can easily probably play 13, 6, 7, whatever. So he's pretty much your best bench player. Kurt Mann comes on.
Fuck it, I'd start Kurt Mann as well.
Yeah, I want to fucking start front load everything and I'd start Kurt Mann at 9.
Yeah.
I would start Kurt Mann at 9 and Tupanua at 13 and just go out there and fucking bash these fuckers.
Can we replace all of you front row?
Can we just replace everyone?
I'd go Satuli Tupanua and Harry Hayes at front row, Kurt Mann at lock and Reed Marnie at hooker. Fuck, bring the whole bench on.
But I just think it's so important those starters that we just said then, they could get a 30-minute job done. Easily. 30, 35 minutes. When does Penrith look their most dangerous? The last 6, 7 minutes
of each half,
because they just don't fucking stop, right? The kicks, the possession, the drop balls, this and that. We need to play a perfect game. Play the perfect game, be super fucking aggressive in the middle, super aggressive because we work so hard. Our movements are so good. We work hard from marker. We're inside pressure on Cleary, but inside pressure from all their back rowers. The game's there to be won. If we play the perfect game, we could win this game. We could fucking win it. 13 points.
I like the. I'm just looking at the backs now too. I'm assuming Birdo will play left centre because that's what he's played most of his career. The Ciro's already swapped Bronson Sherry to the right in games past, so I think Birdo. Yeah. I like the matchup. I like Birdo around Tunghole too.
What about Galvin playing 6 and he just shuts everyone up? This goes fucking. He's a 6, right? He's been playing 7 all year. He's been it's probably the most unorganised year that he's probably been involved in. Like he just gets shoved straight into us halfway through the year, doesn't know the system, doesn't know anything. Now he gets to play 6 in a fucking semi-final against Penrith. Play to your potential. Put the fucking whole side on your back.
Toby could bring out the best in him as well. Like he's that sort of like I was alluding to before with like a more of a instinctual 6. You have more of a game managing 6, and that's what Toby will do.
Yeah. I just want to fucking...
Toby can't make any errors though. He can't have that kick out in the full like he did
No.
last week. Like when you come on, he had a nice moment. So I was pumped for him.
Yeah.
He gets a run, but he's got to be perfect because the guy on the other side's going to be perfect.
He don't miss. He don't miss. And I just can't wait because I'm going to be out there, right? Just the whole, like, I missed it. You know when you say, oh, you missed the game? That's what you fucking miss. You know what I mean? I missed that, just going out there and it's 75,000. Remember that fucking semi-final played against Eels? It was like 70,000 for a normal, like, for a second semi-final, right? This will be ridiculous. And the boys should be, you got to cherish these moments, live in the moment. And that's what Ciro's all about. He really fucking plugs that and drives it into him. Live in the moment, just leave everything out on Acor, right? And every single ex-Bulldogs player, current Bulldogs player, everybody a part of the club, the fans, everything would be fucking proud of them. We're proud of that team. So to go out there and just fucking leave it all out there.
All right, my same game multi for this game is I'm on Brian Toto anytime. He is a finals specialist. I like Blaze Talangi. There could be some X factor. He could provide it and I think it's going to be very hard to score tries. So I think it might be something a little bit random for Blaze Talangi. And then for the Bulldogs, I like Bronson Sherry in and around Blaze Talangi. I'm assuming just because Burton plays most of his footy on the left side that Burton will be left centre if him and Bronson Sherry are indeed the centres. But either way, even if Bronson Sherry doesn't play right, I don't hate the matchup in and around Isaac Tunga as well. So give me Bronson Sherry for the Bulldogs.
Well, just say, will Bronson play on the right side? Just say, if Birdo's the left side centre and he played that for Penrith, so Bronson will play on the right.
Yep. That's what I predicted.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. And like, just because he's a left arm carry, I'm just trying to think, like, because he always on the left side and he's always trying to get that sort of separation. Like, I think a line for him will be good. Outside in line, right? And get Tungo slipping a little bit and just against the grain. Left arm, then bang. You know what I mean?
Tunga would be on the other side, though.
Yeah,
so
but whoever's fucking Casey McLean, right? Like Casey could get Casey slipping out a little bit, or Blaze Talangi on his outside or inside. Like, I think he's got that body shape and he's just fucking really hard to tackle near the line. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Best time of the year.
Best time of the year.
Go the fucking Dogs, 13 plus. Who cares? By 2 points, 1 point, I don't give a fuck.
I got Panthers 1-12, and I think they'll win. I think it would be a lot of people writing the Bulldogs off completely.
Dogs 1-12.
I'm not doing that. I think again, both these two games again. I'd probably go either team 1-6 margin in both games as well. That's what I feel the most comfortable about.
That sounds about right.
Because even the Panthers last week, they scored 2 of those tries at the end off errors, really, and about like a wayward bounce and a couple of rough calls that went against them.
Yep.
Good luck, mate.
See you out there. See you out there, Bulldogs fans.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.